What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you like my hair, make sure you go ahead and check out the product review and tutorial that I did on the Aussie product line. Getting into this video, so it's cool and all to have natural hair tutorials and how-tos, but what I wanted to do is just take a moment to educate you all about your natural hair. If you're a natural who has been natural for years, you've probably heard the term porosity. And the porosity of your hair is basically how well your hair absorbs moisture. If you're new to being natural, I would definitely say watch this video to the end because this will help you along the way. You will avoid so many dead ends. And you will avoid so much hair abuse, I guess. Because my hair was not growing. My hair was always dry. My hair was always breaking off. And I never understood why. And it's because I was not properly educated on how to handle black hair. I mean, I had a relaxer majority of my life. So now that I'm not relaxed anymore, you have to educate yourself. You can't just cut it off and like, whoo, I'm natural. I know nothing. So you do have to know. So today I want to educate you all on the porosity of your hair. So hopefully it can take away the breakage and you can start to think that black hair grows, because black hair definitely grows. You just have to know how to take care of black hair, right? If you have a high porosity, that means your hair absorbs moisture, which is a good thing, a very, very, very good thing. However, it can be a bad thing if you are using too much product, because you can weigh your hair down very much so by putting in too much product. So you definitely want to be able to stay away from overloading, and you won't know the porosity of your hair until you do the porosity test, which we will get to in a moment. But if you have low porosity hair, that means that your hair does not absorb moisture very well. It just means that when you are doing your hair, you're putting product in it. If you feel like it's sitting on top of your hair, that's low porosity, which is it can be a challenging thing, because if you have low porosity hair and your hair has problems with absorbing moisture, that means that your hair is dry most of the time, and dry hair is going to break off. Dry hair is not something that's going to flourish and grow, so you have to think of it as a plant, as a flower. It can just be out here dry. Okay. Okay, so but good news is there is a way to test the porosity of your hair, and there is a way to get around it being high or low. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you all today is the porosity test. This is the easiest one, and once I present you the porosity test, I will tell you how to avoid gunking on product, and then how to make your hair absorb more products with it being so low. So first thing you're gonna need, a pair of scissors. We're gonna be cutting a strand of our hair. Now, what some of you guys don't know is that your hair could be somewhere in the middle. You can have low and high porosity hair, or some parts of your hair can be low and some parts of your hair can be high. So you just have to test it depending upon how much hair you would like to cut off. So you're going to need a glass of water. This is temperature room. Okay, let me put that right there. All right, so where will I want to chop from today? Let me see. We're going to chop. And you want to get a pretty good chunk too, because, I mean, how you going to test it if you're only cutting off a strand? So I think I'm going to chop, I don't think you can see that much of my end off. It's just hair grows back, get over it. Chopped. Okay, that may have been a lot. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was a whole curl. All right, well, whatever. It's gonna grow back. It's gonna, you know, whatever, dead ends, whatever. All right, so you're gonna take the hair that you just cut. Look at that, y'all. Cut my curl. All right, so I'm gonna put it in the water, and so what you're gonna do is watch it to see if it falls or if it stays at the top. So if your hair falls to the bottom, that means you have high porosity hair and it is absorbent of moisture. If it floats on the top, that means you have low porosity hair, and that means it's resistant to moisture. If it's somewhere in the middle, that means it's both. If it starts off sitting at the top and then floats down, you could have both as well. All right, you all, I'm putting my little strands in the water. So it's starting off by sitting at the top. All right. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but I got that strand from the back of my hair, and that went straight to the bottom. So the back of my hair is of a high porosity. It absorbs moisture really well. Now I'm going to take a strand from le middle of thine head. And it is preferred that you do this on clean hair. So I've taken my strand from my middle. I cut off a lot less this time. And I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so I'm putting the middle part in there. Going down. Look at all that hair in this cup. All right, and finally, I'm gonna chop from the top, or the front of my hair. Okay, we're gonna test the porosity. This is the last strand I'm gonna do. So far, it's looking like I have high porosity hair. All right, so I am putting in, this is the strand from the top of my hair. And that went down, no problem. So now that we finished the test, and I'm done cutting on my mane, guys, you want to look at how long it took for your strand of hair to fall down, and do it in multiple spots. So in the back, it took it just a tiny bit, and then it dropped. And then in the middle took the longest. It sat on top for a while, and then it dropped, and then the front just went straight down. So according to the porosity test, I do have high porosity hair, which means that my hair absorbs moisture, which I can agree. If I use the correct products and if I'm drinking water like I'm supposed to, my hair will absorb the moisture, and also it will get way down. And if I'm using too much product, because what I used to do is slap on a bunch of products every day, untwisting and twisting and untwisting and twisting, because I wasn't moisturizing like I should. So I always felt like my hair was super dry. But it actually wasn't. It was absorbing, so it used to be way down. I used to look like this. Who want to look like that, right? So now what I do, I don't use a lot of product anymore. I use enough to twist, and then I don't put any more in my hair after the fact. So after my twist out is out, I am twisting on dry hair. If it's getting to the point where I feel it's getting to crunch central, I do oil my scalp, and then let it work its way down. But I don't directly put oil on my hair after I have already put it on the first time, because it can get way down. Now on the flip side, if you have a low porosity hair, you want to make sure that you're moisturizing continuously, and you want to make sure that you are drinking a whole bunch of water, because if your hair is of a low porosity, it's not going to pull water from it's not going to pull moisture from products that you use, so it's going to try to pull it from within. If you're not drinking water, then what is it pulling, right? So what you can do, and I also still do this with having a higher porosity hair, you can in order to make sure that the products penetrate your scalp and actually moisturize your hair, you want to make sure that the products penetrate the strands of your hair. You can deep condition, meaning the products that you're putting in, you can heat them. Heat is a good way to penetrate the strands of your hair. So if you're doing a twist out and you want the product to really, or the conditioner or the moisturizer or whatever you're using, you could twist your hair with it, put a cap on, send it to the dryer, use your flat iron, use your blow dryer or hot oil treatments. Things of that nature will really help when it comes to having low porosity hair. With any hair type, if you don't moisturize, even with having a higher porosity hair, if I don't moisturize, my hair will break off. It may take my hair longer to get super dry like everybody else's. It may take my hair longer to get super dry like low porosity women. However, but you still want to make sure that you're moisturizing, because if you're moisturizing and you're drinking water, and your diet actually does contribute to your hair, how well your hair flourishes or not. So, and you also want to stay away from products that have sulfates in them, because if you're using products that have sulfates in them and you are of a lower porosity hair, it's going to dry your hair out even more. So that's part of the reason why some people misdiagnose their porosity, because you're using products that is drying your hair out, but when you do the porosity test, you have a higher porosity, or you're using products, or you're doing what you're supposed to do with the deep condition and the hot oil treatments, and you think that you have a higher porosity hair, but when you do the test, you actually have a lower. So this is just one of the videos that I want you to, Jesus. So this is just one of the videos that I wanted to make to keep you ladies informed. Give me a thumbs up and like and share and comment if this video helped you out with learning about your natural hair. I know there are a lot of women who are in transition, who have been natural and have to keep cutting it off. That used to be me. I would be natural, get to a certain length, don't know what to do with it, cut it off. Now I've learned what to do with it, so it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. No limits. But if this video really helped you, let me know. I will have more videos like this coming. Our next video we will be discussing, I can't say, because you know, I do have another educational video coming for you very, 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 very soon. So make sure you be on the lookout. Also, make sure you subscribe. Tell your mama to subscribe. Tell your daddy to subscribe. Just walk up to them, take their phones, put in my YouTube name, and subscribe. There will be a giveaway when I get to my 100th subscriber. But thanks for watching. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Don't just be watching. Well, watch, but subscribe. Okay? Okay. All right.